We believe if we're to end homelessness, we've got to put the resources to apply to the problem.
Homelessness is the #1 problem I hear about. The federal government has to do more as far as resources. We have to be more efficient in how we spend them.
I want to conclude my remarks by saying that despite the challenges and the scale of the problem, there is hope.
It is now 2020. This year's presidential election and the actions taken by our leaders in Washington have the potential to be a turning point in many of the country's pressing issues. The issue at the top of the federal agenda should be homelessness. On any given night in 2016, nearly 550,000 individuals were living without a roof over their heads. Big cities in particular are struggling with homelessness, with the Los Angeles and New York homeless populations hovering between 50,000 and 75,000 individuals. The homelessness crisis is an ongoing problem that can only be solved through decisive efforts by the 2020 presidential candidates to work for a better nation.
The way that campaign promises get translated into action is they feel very compelled to make sure that the promises they make during their campaigns, they live up to when they're in office.
There are a few primary techniques that can be used to address the homelessness problem: housing first, employment first, and action at a local level.
Housing first, that's a model of providing housing and supportive services. So trying to get people who are homeless rapidly into housing and then providing whatever services they need to be stable while they're in that housing.
So what makes housing first effective? When people are homeless, they're dealing with a lot of issues. Sometimes they're dealing with mental health issues, substance abuse issues. It's a lot easier to deal with your issues when you're stably housed.
It's very logical that if you can just get someone off the street and have them have some confidence that they'll have somewhere to stay, they'll be in a much better position.
The housing first approach has seen successful results in places where it has been implemented, such as Utah, where chronic homelessness has been reduced by 91%. The strategy has also been used in other countries, notably Finland, where 2/3 of their homeless population has found stable housing.
If we can get those folks into housing first, people do often do a lot better.
Other organizations prefer the employment first strategy. This strategy is built on the belief that getting homeless individuals into jobs that allow themselves to make their own income will save taxpayer dollars, while also benefiting the homeless community in the long term. At the Association of People Supporting Employment First, they believe that employment is a powerful tool for helping those at a disadvantage.
You have to get a job in order to have an income to live your life, to be stable. So in some way, shape, or form, we had to talk about that. Stability includes employment, right? It includes self-sufficiency.
Employment can especially be valuable when helping individuals with disabilities.
People with disabilities are more likely to be homeless and vice versa.
For those living on the streets, they've experienced these challenges firsthand.
Well, I suffer from a mental illness. I am a survivor of childhood sexual abuse my whole childhood. For 4 years after that happened, I couldn't go out of my house. So for me to be able to sit here and talk to everybody, I'm doing something. I'm proud of me.
Oftentimes, homeless individuals are not provided with the personalized treatment that they require. This is where the need for local action arises. By coordinating a variety of related strategies and resources and investing resources wisely, the base of a solution can be found for the issue.
We provide several different services. We provide 3 hot meals a day. People can get, clean clothes, receive mail here, get an ID, get a job.
Shelters are often the first place that homeless individuals turn to for quick, individual care.
I think it's a common misconception that it's easy to get all kinds of assistance in this country, and it's not.
Shelters can only do so much when serving an increasing number of people.
I think it's really a community effort. We provide the resources that we have, but there also are a lot of obstacles in place that prevent these people from moving on from this point.
Shelters only provide a temporary housing solution for homeless individuals who require a stable foundation.
They're disgusting. Every time I go in one of the shelters around here, I get sick. People ask me, and it's real cold, why aren't you cold? There's a secret to that. Don't go inside and get comfortable.
Every person can do their part to provide homeless individuals with the one thing that they all need.
More understanding, of our situations. Don't ask us what's wrong with us, ask us what happened to us.
Regardless of a person's preferred approach to this issue, there is a common answer for where change must originate.
Definitely through federal legislation.
The answer really has to come through federal policy.
Do we need federal guidance to try to push the issue? I think we see that across the board.
At the end of the day, unless this is a priority, it's not going to change.
Our leaders and the nation as a whole must work together to implement a solution, because though these people are homeless, they are not hopeless.